friends, it's Dominique from the Pixie Planner. Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to give you a flip through of what I plan on doing for my planner setup in the month of July. I am switching things up and I'm moving into a larger size. Still the Planner Perfect method and of course, as you can see, Traveler's Notebook, but I just want to see how a little bit extra room feels for me. And I'll give you a quick comparison. Here is my Chic Sparrow. This is from the Darcy line. This is a narrow. And so hopefully you can see here a little bit. It's not quite as wide as the bottom notebook, but this is what I have been in since May. And I've been just really happy in here. And I've done like a full flip through and everything, but I've been super happy in here. I just feel like sometimes it's just a little bit narrow for me and I could use a little more writing space, especially when it comes to my journal here in the back. So I am going to be putting this one aside for July and I will be trying out, as I mentioned, the wide. So let's jump right in. I have here an ollie clip. I posted on Instagram a picture of the 3 new ollie clips that I got, and this is the large size. I'm just obsessed with these. It was all kind of flower design. This is the English rose, and then I also ordered the daisies and peonies, and I'm loving everything about it. And by the way, if you're not already following me on Instagram, go ahead and join me over there because I share a lot more on my planner usage and what I'm doing, what I'm trying, and so you can kind of get a better idea of my personal planning on my Instagram account. So opening her up, we have stickers here in the pockets. Now, I am not going to be using one of the monthly inserts from Planner Perfect for July. So I have stickers here that I'm going to be using in just a blank dot grid insert. So I'll be able to play more with some deco since I'll be kind of creating my own layouts, but I have those in the front. And then I also have, these are some of my absolute favorite functional stickers from Mandy Lynn Plans. I use these in my calendar. And so I'll kind of show you, where I would use them once we flip through a little more. Then here's some more stickers. By the way, the stickers I had showed you in the big pocket from Sweet Fox Papery. And this is the first order I've made from her shop. And I mean, I'm thrilled with the designs, with the feel of the quality. So I'm excited to use those. Then I have some other functional, I use these again in my calendar layout just to kind of make paydays pop, things that I need to remember. This is from the Planner Spot. So that's my front pocket there. Then this is going to be laid out very similar to my narrow. And if you haven't seen my flip through of my narrow, I will leave it linked in the cards so you can take a look at that. But in my narrow, what I had was my first book was my reference book. So pretty much everything I would need to have on hand at all times. So whether it's personal contacts, some of my routines in here, even like when I'm wanting to kind of review my budgeting routines, my goals for my life goals go in here. And then we have my 12-month calendar. Then it goes into my plan book for the month, followed by my journal. So this is the same pretty much setup I had in my narrow, of course, just bigger size. So on the front page here, I'm just going to be using this as like my sticky note collection. I had a bunch of them in the front here and I've kind of put them where they're supposed to go. But this is where I'm just going to be throwing down sticky notes for things that I need to then add to this insert for my reference. I have the important dates here, which just has all the birthdays and anniversaries I need to keep track of. Then we go into routines. I'm going to be putting in my cleaning schedule. I'll use a sticky note for this as well because my cleaning schedule does change depending on my work schedule, which changes every now and then. So I don't want to write anything permanent here. So sticky note is going to be really good. That's why I have with my routines there on a sticky note, because even with the change in season, our routines change often, you know, with that. So, but I like to keep in mind what I am to be focusing on. Then I need to create my packing list. So this will be kind of redundant, and I'll kind of show you what I mean here, because and here's my packing list, and then my travel list is going to be growing, and this is in my narrow, but I like to have the same things in my reference book, because if I am swapping out sizes month to month, everything that I absolutely need to have on hand will always be with me because I have this reference insert. So I'll be filling out my packing list and the travel. Then I have been getting like a little too obsessed with fountain pens lately, and I'm researching the crap out of vintage fountain pens. And I'm just so hesitant to make the jump because there's so many that I love, and they are pricey. They definitely are pricey for getting, you know, good quality, good, you know, well working pens. So I have a list here of some of the pens that I'm wanting to check out. And then I'm going to be writing out the pens that I currently own. And as I purchase a new one, I'm going to go ahead and write it out here. So I have just at a glance everything, and that way I'm not, you know, purchasing duplicates somehow. But I thought that would be fun. And what I'm going to do following these pages, I'm going to be I'm going to be swatching out a lot of the inks that I've been receiving as samples. And I'll give you, let me grab this real quick. I'll give you a little look here. So here's some of the sample inks that I have from Goulet Pens, and I've got a bunch more and more on the way. So before I purchase an ink, I like to sample it. And so I'm going to use these pages to do little swatches of the inks so I can see what they look like on paper, and then I will ink my pens and write with them before making final decision. So this insert, I still need to kind of go through and fill out. I have my contacts in the very back here. Then we come into my 12-month calendar. Now, I love everything about this cover. The cover is just so gorgeous. One of my absolute favorites. But it starts in August. I got this one on the sale section. So it starts in August. Obviously, I can't use it for July, but that's okay. I will just use my wallet. I have a Planner Perfect wallet, and I do have a 12-month calendar in there, and it has July, so I'll just use that for July. Jump in here in August, but I went ahead and I got the dot grid in between the months because usually it comes blank. And I figured it'd be nice to have the dot grid because I can do a little bit of financial tracking, whether I want to go ahead and draw out, you know, some transactions, or if I want to track my savings. So I thought that would just be a little bit easier for me if I'm wanting to draw out some things for my finances. So this whole insert is just the 12 months. So that is the second one that I have. And this is the Midori Clear Pocket that it's actually the Traveler's Company Clear Pocket. I got this off Amazon a long time ago. This was in my narrow. You can see that it's definitely too short, but I went ahead and I threw it in here because I love having this on hand. But since it was short, there's a little plastic clip here that allows you to pull to close and, you know, zip up the pocket here. I went ahead and I just pulled that off because honestly, like this is easy enough to where you can just get your kind of like fingers in between there and then go ahead and just open it up and just like a Ziploc bag, close it back up. So removing that kind of white piece of plastic was very helpful, so I don't have this big lump now pressing up on my inserts. So I went ahead and I put that in here. This is going to be my insert for the month of July. So this is where all of my daily pages are going to be. And because this is just all dot grid, it is not like the insert that I had from June, which let me show you here real quick. Okay, so June, this is specific monthly. So you have the calendar, then you have your goals, then it goes into your week, then you have blank pages, then you've got another week. So as you can tell, this is just completely blank. So I have now the freedom to go ahead and design it the way I want, which is what I did, and I'm just going to show you here real quick too. This is what I did when I first started with the method. I kind of did a week at a glance, then I designated however many pages I wanted for my daily, and I even, like at the end of the week, I did a weekly review, which I really love doing. So I'm excited to do that again. But the week at a glance, it's nice. I only really needed one page here. And then I could just use as many pages as I need or didn't need for all of the dailies. So I'm excited to get back to that type of layout in here. Just use what I need. And I did go ahead and I put, obviously this is from June, but I am going to be making a new one for July. This is where I track all of my bills and I just kind of check it off or highlight it when the bill is paid and cleared in my account. So I love having this on hand. I just have one of these Post-it tabs at the top. I don't know if that's in frame, but one of these Post-it tabs at the top, and I had a sticker left over from, it was some sort of random sticker kit, so it's just a clear sticker, but I even use my label maker a lot of the times to label my Post-it tabs. But I figured I'm gonna have a new one for July. Then I have, this is just like from a notepad from TJ Maxx. It's one of those Ray Dunn notepads. And I rarely use it. And I figured, you know what? It's kind of cheapo paper. It's something that's nice to be able to just write stuff down, crumble it, throw it away. So I'm going to keep this in the front of my monthly insert. So anytime something pops into mind that I want to do or need to do, it can go right here. And then that way I don't have to worry about, oh man, where am I going to put it in here? Because I don't have my pages already laid out. So now I just have this place that I can go to. So for the month, that's how I'm going to be using it. Then we come into my journal for July. Now, my journal the past 2 months has been a blank journal. And although I've loved it and I have been writing a ton, I still really like the structure of lined pages. So I went ahead and I special ordered this one and I got Inspire on the front, and I'm going to use my label maker. And when I'm done with this, I'll go ahead and title it, you know, for July. But I wanted to have lined pages again, just for a little bit more structure. It feels better to me. And especially since I write with fountain pen, I like to practice my penmanship, and I find that it gets really sloppy when I don't have the lines. So this is going to be my journal for July. And then we just finish here with my notepad. This is where I just kind of write random to-dos or information, like if somebody gives me a phone number or something. I love having this notepad back here. That was a total game changer. Like, that makes this TN for me. I don't know. It's just amazing, especially in a traveler's notebook. I mean, am I the only one? How many times have you needed to write something down that you knew you didn't have to keep, but you didn't know where to put it? You didn't have a Post-it with you. You didn't want to use up one of your, good pages and have it sitting in your planner forever. I just think that this is phenomenal. And I have my TWSBI Eco. This is the extra fine. I have the extra fine nib, and I've got the ink like all over my fingers too, because I inked this one and a couple other ones up last night with some new ink, and then I am ready to go for July. So I'm in the wide for July, and I have to say I like it, but it just doesn't feel as nice. Like when I hold my narrow, there is a feel about it. It feels portable. It feels like it's meant for my hands. And I don't get that with the wide. But I can't knock it until I try it, because I've been in a standard off and on for many years. I have not ever been in a wide, so it's going to feel strange. But I'm excited. I'm really excited to try it out for July. So that's all I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed that quick run through of what my setup is looking like for July. If you have any questions for me, please leave them down below. I love hearing from you guys. And as always, I appreciate you all so very much. I will see you again soon in my next video. Bye.